The overarching theme, though, was unity within the Gauteng province as the party attempts to retain the economic heartland of South Africa in the 2019 general election. They, of course, lost the two metros of Tshwane and Johannesburg with their support dropping below 50% in the local government elections. And there are worries among the governing party that they could quite easily be finding themselves in opposition benches in the Gauteng legislature and be usurped by yet another coalition. However unholy it may seem between the EFF and the DA. So the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, opening up with his keynote address and a big theme of unity and working together to retain and regain the love that he says has been lost by the people for the ANC. And essentially the big message is there not only about stamping out corruption, but also for the ANC members in this province to be seen as leaders of society. Jeremy.
So the one big takeout is bring back the love, and I think he mentioned that on one or two occasions. But how did that go down with the delegates? Is there a sense of reception to that message, given, Nick, that, as you rightly say, the party in this particular province is on the back foot ahead of the election next year?
Well, look, everybody's very, very buoyed by the President's speech. You hear the songs that they were singing as they marched out to lunch here at the St. George Hotel, and everybody feels as though they can retain the Gauteng province and continue under the leadership of Premier David Makhura, who stands to become the chairperson of the Gauteng province here for the ANC's, standing unopposed, alongside a three-horse race for the deputy chairperson position, Panyaza Lesufi, Lebogang Maile, going up against each other alongside former mayor of Johannesburg, Parks Tau. But Jeremy, the fact of the matter is that it's saying one thing, but can the ANC actually put these words into action? How are they going to ensure that no ANC member takes part in any of the rather violent service delivery protests that have engulfed communities in the Gauteng province, and heed the President's call to try and take these issues head on within communities themselves and ensure that the ANC is seen to be leading instead of merely protesting against the government of the day. So, Jeremy, it's a tall order, let's be honest. I mean, the ANC has a laundry list of problems, and albeit in the Gauteng region they are maybe a little bit more united than they are in other places like KwaZulu-Natal, but the fact is that there's a lot of work to be done, and there is a lot of hearts and minds to be won in the run-up to the 2019 general election. And I'm not too sure whether or not a president's speech is going to capture the minds of Gauteng voters just yet.
And Nick, just finally, this Ekurhuleni court challenge, is that seen as a mere blip in the process, or is there something more serious behind it in terms of division?
Well, we have to look at the numbers game. I mean, ostensibly, Ekurhuleni was the only region that was not supporting Cyril Ramaphosa in the run-up to the ANC National Elective Conference in Nasrec this past December. And it was 11 disgruntled Ekurhuleni members that took that matter to the South Gauteng High Court, which was then dismissed. They wanted 400 delegates that were going to be representing the Ekurhuleni region here at the ANC Gauteng Elective Conference to be barred from attending. Those over 400 members are now in attendance, and speaking to the Ekurhuleni regional chairperson, Mzwandile Masina, who's consequently also the mayor of Ekurhuleni, he believes that it's no longer about who won or lost in Nasrec. It's just merely about keeping the ANC together now in the run-up to the 2019 general election. And essentially, that was before Cyril Ramaphosa's speech, and Cyril Ramaphosa even being at pains to point out his relationship with Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, the Minister in the Presidency for Monitoring Evaluation, and of course his foe in the run-up to Nasrec. She was in the crowd just on the desk here behind me on the head table as the President was delivering his speech. And the overarching theme was, we went up against each other. The people decided that we were going to serve not necessarily with the people that we wanted, but the fact of the matter is this is what ANC members want, and this is the unity that the party needs to replicate at national and provincial as well as local level as they attempt to win votes in the run-up to next year's election.